Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in this tutorial we'll be looking at the integral of this definite integral from 0 to pi over 2 of x cotangent of x dx. So how do you evaluate this integral? So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you smash the subscribe button for more engaging tutorial on integral. So let's tackle this integral. This is a very simple integral. It's looking simple, but it's much more complicated than we think. So you want to make sure that you are sticking to the very end to see the solution of this simple looking integral. So let's dive right into it. So we are going to use integration by parts for the first one. So I'll use a shortcut method of integration by parts, D for differentiation, I for integration. I am going to differentiate x and integrate cotangent of x. When we differentiate x, we get 1. When we integrate cotangent of x, I can do that here really quick. Cotangent of x is cosine of x over sine of x. So you can let u to be equal to sine of x. So that is integrating this, integrating that dx. So let u to be equal to sine of x, du is going to be cosine of x dx. So our integral of cotangent of x is going to be the integral of cosine of x dx on top here is du over u. So that is natural logarithm of u, which is the natural logarithm of u is sine x. So natural logarithm of sine x. So that is the differential of cotangent of x. So that is natural logarithm of the sine of x. So I can erase this one now. Okay, so with this one, we can now multiply the diagonal terms. When you multiply the diagonal terms, you don't need to take the integration, but you multiply terms horizontally. We have to take the integral of the product of terms horizontally. So our integral from 0 to pi over 2 of x cotangent of x dx is going to be terms diagonally, that's x times the natural logarithm of sine of x. This one, we are done with the integration. We take the limits from 0 to pi over 2 minus multiplying terms horizontally. We take the integral from 0 to pi over 2 times natural logarithm of sine of x. 1 times natural logarithm of sine of x is natural logarithm of sine of x. So we have to evaluate what this one is. So let's tackle this one for now. So x natural logarithm of sine of x, when you plug in the limits, that is going to give us what? So that's going to be pi over 2 natural logarithm of the sine of pi over 2. What about the lower limit? Lower limit is 0 times the natural logarithm of the sine of 0. This is pi over 2 times sine 90 is 1. Natural logarithm of 1 is 0. 0 times pi over 2 is 0. Upper limit is 0 minus lower limit. This is 0. Natural logarithm of sine of 0 is infinity. So this is 0 times infinity. But 0 times infinity is actually indeterminate. Some people may say it's 0, but mathematically it is not wise to say 0 times infinity is equals to 0. But let's work it out and see the real value of that limit. So we have the limit as x approaches 0 of the natural logarithm x natural logarithm of the sine of x. This one can be written as the limit as x approaches 0 of natural logarithm of sine of x over 1 over x. This is how you can write it, and this can be written as natural logarithm of the sine. If you plug in 0, natural logarithm of 0 is negative infinity. You plug in 0 in the denominator, 1 over 0 is infinity. So you are getting a case of negative infinity over infinity. So we can use the L'Hopital's rule here. So by differentiating the numerator and the denominator, so differential of the natural logarithm of sine of x, we just got that to be cotangent of x, or we can say that is cosine of x over sine of x, divided by the differential of the denominator, which is 1 over x, which is 1 negative 1 over x squared. and that should be equal to what? This one, you can rewrite this one as negative x squared cosine of x over sine of x, like that. Now plug in your limits. If you plug in your limits, are you going to get something? So put in 0. 0 squared is 0. Cosine of 0 is 1. 0 times 1 is 0. Numerator is 0. And the denominator is sine of 0 is 0. So that's 0 over 0 case. We can still use the L'Hopital's rule here. So the limit as x approaches 0 of, put a negative in front, x squared cosine of x over sine of x. This one is going to be, you can differentiate again. So we are going to have 2x cosine of x, that's using the product rule, minus x squared sine x all over cosine of x. And you are evaluating the limit as x approaches 0, negative here. So the numerator evaluates to 0 and the denominator evaluates to 1, which is 0. So we have confirmed that our lower limit will be 0. That is this one. I'm sorry. This one is going to evaluate to 0 as well. So if you plug in, so x, natural log of sine of x, the limit from 0 to pi over 2, the upper limit gives 0, lower limit gives 0, so that is equal to 0. So in that case, this is 0. Our task now is to solve this integral. So this integral, how do you solve this? So that's the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x. So let me change color. Integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x dx. Okay, so let's call this one I. So this one evaluates to become what? We can use a property called using the King's property. Using the King's property, which says that the integral from a to b of f of x dx is equal to the integral of a to b of f of a plus b minus x dx. This is the King's property. So here our a is equal to 0 and our b is equal to pi over 2. Those are just the limits, the lower limit and the upper limit. So let's plug them in our integral I and hope for the best. So integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x dx is going to be the integral using the King's property now from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of a plus b. That is 0 plus pi over 2 is pi over 2 minus x dx. Let's evaluate this. So sine pi over 2, can refresh your memory again. Sine pi over 2 minus x using the double angle identity, which is sine of pi over 2 cosine of x minus cosine of pi over 2 sine of x. So this one evaluates to cosine of x. Sine pi over 2 is 1, cosine pi over 2 is 0. So this one evaluates to just cosine of x. So we can just replace this with cosine of x like that. So I can switch. Okay, so our integral I1 now evaluates to the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of cosine of x dx. This is also I1 and this was I1. So in that case, this I. Okay, so I this is I and that is I, so we can have I plus I to be equal to, the first I was this one, which is the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x dx, plus this is the second I, the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of the cosine of x dx. So the left hand side combines to 2I, that should be equal to the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x plus natural logarithm of cosine of x dx. Dx. So this is 2I to be equal to the integral. Using the laws of the logarithm, this can be written as the natural logarithm of sine of x cosine of x dx. That is just by multiplying the terms out. So this can be written as, we know that sine 2x is the same as 2 sine x cosine of x. So this looks close to sine 2x. We just have to divide it by 2. So this divided by 2, this divided by 2, this cancels. So this one is the same as sine 2x over 2, which we can just replace. So 2I is going to be the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine 2x over 2 dx. And using the laws of logarithm again, this one can be split into the integral from 0 to pi over 2 natural logarithm of sine of 2x dx minus integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of 2 dx. This is 2I, this is 2I, so 2I is equals to the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of 2x dx, minus this one is a constant, so you can just integrate it. So natural logarithm of 2x, integrating from 0 to pi over 2. When you plug in the limit, you are going to get pi over 2 times natural logarithm of 2 minus 0. So that evaluates to this pi over 2 natural logarithm of the sine of 2x dx minus this evaluates to pi over 2 times the natural logarithm of 2 minus 0. So that is the same as this. Now this one we can use a U-sub here. We can let u to be equal to 2x. So letting u to be equal to 2x, it means du is equal to 2 dx, or dx is equal to du over 2 half du. What about the limits? When x is equals to 0, u is going to be 0. When x is equals to pi over 2, u is going to be pi, that is pi over 2 times 2. So we can take our integral from the x world into the u world. So we have the 2I, which is equal to the integral from 0 to pi, now natural logarithm of sine of u dx is du over 2, that's half du, minus our pi over 2 natural log of 2. This evaluates to what? So we have 1/2 in front, integral from 0 to pi of the natural logarithm of sine of u du minus pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2. This is 2I, and in the end we can have 2I to be equal to 1/2. This integral can be split into the integral from 0 to pi over 2 natural logarithm of the sine of u du plus the integral from pi over 2 to pi of the natural logarithm of sine of u du minus pi over 2 natural log of 2. So that implies you have 2I to be equal to 1/2. This is the same thing as 2 integral from 0 to pi over 2. That is this, and this can be combined into 2 times the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of u du minus pi over 2 the natural logarithm of 2. So what do we have now? So this 2 cancels this 2, and you're left with 2I to be equal to, what is this? That is the same as I. That is from the very beginning when we let I to be equal to our integral. That is here. So when we scroll down, we see that that is exactly I. So 2I is equals to I minus the pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2. So you can subtract I from both sides, so that should be 2I minus I, which is I to be equal to negative pi over 2 natural log of 2. So we have gotten an integral, the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x dx, which is negative pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2, like that. So we can now go back up to the very top and just plug in our, so the limit was 0. When we plugged in our limit here, we got 0. This was 0 using our limits. And what is the value of this integral? The value of this integral is negative pi over 2 times the natural logarithm of 2. So we can just plug that in. So 0 minus this integral. So our original integral which is the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of x cotangent of x dx, is 0 for the limit minus the integral of 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x dx. And this evaluates nicely to 0 minus negative pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2. And that is equal to positive pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2. So therefore, our integral from 0 to pi over 2 of x cotangent of x dx is pi over 2 times natural logarithm of 2. So this is a combination of the King's property and integration by parts. So you first start off by using integration by parts, you break it down, and then at the point you will have to rely on the King's property, which will help you to solve the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the natural logarithm of sine of x. So combining that, you will arrive at the answer pi over 2 natural logarithm of 2. So if you find this video helpful, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.